Who's your favorite wrestler? For me, it's Eddie Guerrero. I love everything about him, and I also love Rey Mysterio and John Cena. Also, do people make the joke that people can't see him because his name's Cena? Or is it the hand thing? Is it that? Anyway, that's not the point of today's episode, because there's a wrestler called Liv Morgan. And not only is she fine AF, but she's apparently too fine for the next catfish, because he has been catfished by her 15 different times with different profiles. This is a man who's despicable. And when I say despicable, I mean it. His wife is, I don't know how else to say this, she's going to go from cancer in 6 months. And not only is there a text of him saying that to Liv Morgan, but saying once she's gone, I'll finally be free. This is a shitty dude, guys. Let's dive in. If you haven't subscribed, please do. This is Scamfish. I mean, I do love the show. I feel like I've got addicted to it now. It's a problem that I have and I need to get away from it. But before I do, I just gotta make comments on this guy, because he's taking all of the sanctity of wrestling and everything I love, and he's combining it with everything I hate, being a dickhead. All right, let's go.
Hello, my name is Lori. I'm reaching out to you in regards to my husband, Roger, who is...
That's his face, is it? Okay, so we start off with Drew he's holding a GoPro like it's a prop in his hand. I don't know what angle he's trying to do. He's just a bit too much. It's almost like he's holding an octopus trying to strangle it. But he says we got a new case, and it's a lady named Lori talking, and she's talking about a husband, Roger, who, when you look at his face card, it's more like a disgrace card, really.
I met Roger in 1995.
Oh shit, when she said 19 and paused, I thought she meant like I met him in the year 19, because I mean, judging by his face, he looks like one of them Easter Island carved stone stuff. Like they look like they used him as a muse. So I was like, okay, she met him in 95. Cool.
3.5 years, almost 4, we discovered that we got pregnant.
Both of y'all got pregnant. Shit. You know what? I even believe that, Lori. That's the problem. I don't even disbelieve that he also got pregnant. He's just like, oh man, I ate too many Doritos. That's his pregnancy. Yours might be actual, but not his.
We've been married 31 years on June 17th. He has had affairs behind my back. The first one I did forgive him for.
So within 30 seconds, we can see why this guy is kind of a D-bag. I mean, she said, and she even prioritized it. She said, I'm going to be married 30 odd years to this guy. And then she said, with reluctant intent, he's had affairs, and the first one she forgave him for, which is like already, I mean, I don't know what kind of crazy forgiveness it takes to get past an affair, but then to do it again, I don't know. I feel like everybody makes one. Everyone has a mistake. I'm not saying cheating. I'm saying like a mistake. If you can forgive someone for that, that's something. But if they keep doing it, it's not really a mistake. That's a repetitive action. And it's really, I mean, just hearing that is very shitty already.
He is addicted to social media. They even scammed him.
Oh my God. He looks like a mountain goat. He looks like Jesus if Jesus took acid for his whole fucking life. Oh my, what is that? What is it? What happened? What did she say?
He is addicted to social media.
Oh yes, he's addicted to social media. Yeah, that sort of happens when you're a guy and you're over 50 and bored as hell and don't have any actual desires, needs, and wants and goals in life. You just go on TikTok and you're like, oh my God, this wasn't back around in my day. You know, you act like a creep. I just don't believe in older people on social media. I'm just like pretty freaked out sometimes by, you know, like I would assume or hope that by a certain age, no matter how far technology has advances, I'll put my, you know, flag down in the sand and be like, I'm done. Technology is advancing too fast for my little brain. I'm just going to enjoy the sanctity of Earth for whatever time I have left. This dude is like, yeah, baddies.
She claims she's Liv Morgan, the wrestler on WWE.
So Roger is having several online relationships with women.
Is Drew vlogging himself? Is this like his personal, like, I'm on social catfish, but this is Drew Speaks right now. What's up, guys? Catfish, pretty crazy. Anyway, I'm sorry, what was he saying?
He now thinks he's talking to the WWE star Liv.
You think you got a shot with her? She's attractive. What are you talking about? She's also the WWE champion. You'd have a better shot with Rey Mysterio than her. And man, Rey Mysterio is a beautiful man too.
claims she's 30 years old. The man's going to be 55 years old.
Well, she is 30 years old. I mean, I don't even know if she claims it. That's pretty good. But yeah, the fact that he's 20 something years older than her, it always creeps me out personally. I don't know what I would really have in common. I don't know what the age gap is before it's freaky. I don't know where it starts. I'm a pretty liberal person in terms of, as long as it's consensual and off age. Hey man, do you or do her or whatever. But like 22 years, yeah, she's really gonna have to be daddy's girl for that.
We're still married.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really concerning. The fact that he's still married to you and is trying to get with Liv Morgan. This is a problem, right? Everyone can see that, right?
She engages. She keeps sending him messages about wrestling and their likes and...
Okay, so from what I gather, somehow he's made contact with who he thinks is Liv Morgan. And she's even asked who your favorite wrestler is. And like a kiss ass, he said, besides you, I love Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is funny because I think he loves them for very different reasons. Like one, he wants to like eat that person's ass and the other person is her. So... yeah, okay, Roger that,
likes and dislikes. And then he turns and pops off and says, well...
Yeah, and here's the text. So like at the start, we've got his wife explaining everything. The thing that got me to do this video is reading this. He was texting somebody and said, while she's dying now, she got cancer, had surgery and had some of it removed. They gave her 6 months to a year to live. I don't know who you'd have to be, like what kind of horrible human you'd have to be to talk about your wife. I don't care how long you've been married, how long you like the person, hate the person. It just feels very wrong to talk about their personal lives to someone else, especially if you're trying to get with them. Basically, what he's saying is like, okay, 6 months time, I'll be able to do like anything with you once she's dead, which sucks. What angle is Drew filming? Because they have two different angles now. They got a side angle, they got a straight angle. I get, Drew's getting all the greatest footage. People love his face. Does he need the third angle where it's like showing his beard and like, the eye line? Because it looks like the camera's like just gonna show his mouth. Does he need a mouth shot? Is that... Hey man, I love Drew as much as the next guy, but he's the only one who has a camera on him for some reason. Hey, that guy's computer to the left is not even on. He's just looking at a blank screen. I would rather you watch porn, sir. What the fuck are you doing? You're doing absolutely nothing, just pretending that shit is on. Come on.
Okay, I had cancer in my right kidney. Then it started to go after my gallbladder. But most of it I've been going through by myself.
Yeah, I mean, all I have is appreciation for this lady and how strong she must be in order to not only face cancer, but face it alone, in spite of the fact that she chose this piece of dirt for her husband and he has left her. I mean, you stand by your woman, you stand by your man, you stand by your person, right? I just don't understand how that could happen. I don't know. I've never been in a relationship for 30 odd years. Maybe there's stuff I don't know, but man, that's crazy.
It's hard. It's really hard to separate somebody that you loved. Roger doesn't care about nobody else but Roger.
It's unfortunate, isn't it? Like, we don't necessarily always see the worst in people because they choose to show us the best in themselves, right? It's only when you have times of animosity or adversity where you choose to, where someone shows you their true character. And those are the times when it matters the most, because good times are going to come. You and everyone else is probably a really lovely person, but it's going to take those bad times to show like what you can do. And I guess it's really sad that she's just going through this. But I'll tell you what, you could do better, lady. If Roger is the best you can do, there is so much ahead for you.
Because he's neglected me, he's abandoned me, and yet I still reached out. The true answer to that one is, I don't want to be alone.
Yeah, and on any other given circumstance, I would feel like, I'd be like, I hope you find your self-worth. But in this specific circumstance, I mean, once you're getting cancer and stuff, you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. You've been married 30 years. I completely get it. Like, you want someone to stick with you. This is someone you've had kids with. This is someone you met so long ago, had history with. I mean, yeah. I get why she doesn't want to be alone. I get it. I mean, this dude, you just chose a shitty person. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
I need justice for me. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't care about him.
That's another thing. I mean, she's getting emotional now. She's only talking about this because she wants help for her husband and probably to make it right. And I don't know if it's just really sad because it looks like this guy does not care. And once he gets on call, you'll see how little he gives a shit about his wife. She's like out here crying. She has cancer. She's got all these things. And he's just, once you see him, you'll know what I'm talking about. He's like the evil wrestler. You know, when you turn heel, he's like Shawn Michaels' evil arrow, where he just kicks you in the face and you're like, bro, I was just drinking liquids. What are you kicking me for, bro? You know what I mean? Why you kick me? Why don't you kick Stone Cold Steve Austin again?
After a few days, Roger was ready to share his side of the story and break down how he got in contact with this profile of Liv Morgan.
Okay, my name is Roger Wenzel. I'm from Vancouver, Washington.
That's his face card, huh? You got two different face cards, one with the long hair, one with seemingly no hair. God, okay. If Ryan Reynolds took all the good looks out of Canada, then this is what's left.
And I'm 54 years old. I'm a line cook at a restaurant. Cook breakfast, lunch, dinner all day long.
I don't know what he said there. I think he said he's a lane cook, a lame cook. I don't know if there's a term. That's probably a term that I'm not familiar with. But he's from Canada. His face looks like that. He's 54. And I just got to say, my parents look great for their age. And I think they're both past 54. They do not look it. I mean, gosh. Whew, Robert, you got to get your face checked, bro. God damn, bro.
Been there for 20, almost 30 years. I'm married, have 3 kids. Oh, my hobbies include hiking, camping.
Who took that photo? That photo looks like a point of view off the thing that's attacking him. It just has a camera and is like, oh, I'm going to eat you, but before I do. Honestly, this looks like a bear before it attacks someone. What the hell photo is that, bro?
Street biking, whatever, doesn't matter. I just love to ride. Yeah, okay, I do love Lori. I always will.
How do you think he actually landed her? Because I'm listening to him talk and I want to fall asleep. I didn't know that he was the cure to my insomnia. But man, I'm listening to him and it's like nowadays, you know, you have to have some. You gotta have, at least make a joke. Do something. This dude is just like, yeah, I like riding motorcycles. I love it. Love motorcycle. Yeah, that cannot be your personality. I love motorcycles is not your personality, bro.
And I'm telling her, I'm not asking her to forgive and forget. I just, she needs to be able to forgive. Well, this reminds me of when you did this. Or this reminds me of when you did this.
I love when they have stock footage of old people. This is like someone said, you guys pretend to fight. And the old dude was like, I don't like this coffee. And the girl was like, just drink it, bro. And then the guy was like, fuck you. And then he left. He's like, you just like your mother. In the grave. I'm sorry. I was talking about cheating. Yeah, his problem is apparently she doesn't forgive him or forget. She just keeps bringing it up and that's annoying. And maybe it is, but I don't know the situation. I don't feel like Robert is, so what's his name? Roger. I didn't feel like Roger's giving me the full story here. So it's hard to like side with him when it's like, I don't know exactly to the extent of what you've done. So maybe she has a right to keep bringing it up. I'm not sure.
Roger had been living in his truck for the past few years and left Lori and the kids the house that they own.
Sir, your life is fucked. I'm sorry. I didn't even know what to say, G. I don't know how you're going to pull Liv Morgan when you're fucking living in a van, G. Okay? You're cooking for other people. You're living in a van. Your wife has your house and you have kids and crap. Your face card looks like a demented being. You look like a Pokemon card that curses people. Like, what do you want? Liv Morgan? Really? Really? What kind of finishing move is she going to do on you? This is a dream, bro. Martin Luther King had a more achievable fucking dream than you.
How I ran into this person, I don't really remember. Well, her name is Giona Jean Dario.
I don't know what he said, but from what I can gather, he doesn't like online dating, but somehow met her online. This is like a cop saying, I don't like donuts, and then you have to fish the donuts out of his mouth. All right, bro, you do you. Okay, so for 7 months, he's been following her on X, which is not what you think it is. It's what Elon Musk refuses to call Twitter. Everyone still calls it Twitter because X just sounds dirty. Okay, so he met her on that website. I feel like meeting someone on Twitter is probably the worst one, but I guess for 7 months they've been communicating.
6 or 7 months now, I think. She got long blonde hair. Oh yeah, she's fit. Fair skin, not dark skin and not white. She's a professional wrestler.
I've never heard someone be racist towards both races before. That's a new one. She's not dark skinned. I don't like them dark skins, but the only thing I hate more than that is the really light skin. It's like, ugh. What are you, Irish? The only thing worse than a black person is an Irish person. What kind of weird shit? I've never heard that before in my life. She's not dark skinned, but she's not too light skinned. She's the perfect amount of like Spanish or something, apparently. That's very good, sir. Very good.
A long time ago, I just wanted to be a wrestler. I've always wanted to be a wrestler, but I was always too shy and afraid to talk or be in front of that many people. That's for one. And then
Okay, so then we get into his dreams and aspirations, and he also wanted to be a wrestler his whole life, but he was too afraid to talk. He was too afraid to be like The Rock, and he didn't have the charisma of The Rock. Can you imagine if this guy was The Rock? I wouldn't even watch wrestling anymore. I don't know what to say other than the fact that this guy seems like a failure as a person. If you're gonna have dreams and then not pursue them, that's on you, because most people don't even have the courage to try their dreams. He's been cooking in the same place for 30 years. He lives in a fucking van, and he's trying to ruin his relationship by chasing the ideal that he could possibly get with this woman. You're living in fantasy land, and it's not the right one, bro.
I told her one time I wanted to be, and she said, "Why didn't you?" And I used to be a shy, quiet kid. I used to never talk at all.
How do you even respond to people when they're like, I always wanted to do this. I used to have dreams of this. And it's like, well, then you should have done it, G. I don't know. I don't believe in leaving things undone. Like if you want something, if you need to say something, say it. If you need to do something, do it. Otherwise, forever hold your peace. I'm like that guy who marries people. What do you call it? Referee. Exactly. 1, 2, 3, you're married.
He's always wanted to be a professional athlete in the WWE.
Weirdly enough, this is a weird connection. Drew explains that he always wanted to be a WWE wrestler, and then they show footage of the guy who created Scamfish, David. He did a luchador wrestling match. That's a side quest right there. I feel like we need a full story on that. I don't know. Did he find like a guy who was on Scamfish and he's like, I'm gonna teach you a lesson, pal? Then he got in the ring? Like what happened there? Can someone explain why he went to Mexico to wrestle people? Did he watch Nacho Libre and say, this is me? Like, what happened?
Oddly enough, we don't talk about wrestling. Asked me what I had for dinner, how my day was, and just the normal stuff that, goes on, I guess.
Wow, my panties just came off. Just normal stuff, I guess. We just talk about things. Talk about how was your day and talk about things like just things, that's, I guess, a really good conversation. She's gonna love you for your looks, your amazing wit and charisma, your money, your ambition, the fact you have a wife still. Oh, she's gonna love that part.
My favorite ones are the ones where she's not wearing no makeup and she's all natural. No makeup, just woke up in the morning, haven't had her coffee yet.
She's actually really, really cute.
I don't know which. Okay, so he likes her without makeup. I don't know why. This is like a thing for guys who think that they're being like some sort of like, what do you call it? A chivalrous person by saying, I like you even with no makeup on. You know how some girls wear makeup? I like you all natural, baby. Like, I don't know. Like guys say that and they expect like, girls to be like, okay, now I'm going to suck you off. This is crazy to have a 55-year-old guy. You should wear makeup, sir. I feel like you put some clown makeup on your face, you clown.
But like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Exactly. David is agreeing with me for once. Here, we're all in the same boat. Everyone's looking at his face card going, what? I wouldn't put that. I'm going to put that face card down. I'm play it like a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card.
You triggered my trap card!
If you see it, everyone gets scared and you lose life points. I don't think you have a shot with Liv Morgan. I don't know. Maybe this is like Bully Bob Thornton and like Angelina Jolie where everyone's like, what? Maybe. But it's not that though. Because he's kind of cool though, still.
And I hope I don't freeze up or panic or pass out. She goes, why would you pass out? I said, because you're you. It's like, she's got everything.
Exactly. She has everything, sir. So what could you possibly offer her? Or then do you ever think about like what you could give to her? Or are you just thinking about what you could take from her? Because if she's perfect, you're like, wow, that's great for me because she is perfect. And you know what? I've had so many people. I feel like I grew up, finally figured out that sometimes I have this happen to me where I have potential suitors, let's say, and they just want stuff. Nobody actually is like, I can offer you this. Everyone's like, yeah, you seem like a really nice guy. And it's like, I am, actually. I'm a pretty decent person. But what can you do for me? Because you got to start asking yourself that. We're too far gone to be like this. Otherwise you end up like this guy over here. And you're like, yes, I would like one Jennifer Lopez. And you don't understand that she's asking, what are you going to do for me though?
So I wouldn't have to work twice as hard. It's probably only a $1,200 ring at most. But, I told her it's just temporary until I can get her the one she wants. And I'm probably going to go in debt for that one.
That's sexy. A woman loves to hear things like, this is a temporary ring. I'll get you a better one, but I'm probably going to go in debt for doing that. This is good. I really think that this is really good, David. David, you should tell her about the fact you live in a van. Flex on her. Say that my house and my car is the same. That's amazing.
After Roger proposed to Gianna, she seemed attached to him. The two would text all through the day into the night.
She's married. He's what? Oh, he just popped that in there, huh? He popped that in like a Pop-Tart. He said, will you marry me? And she's like, yep, I'm the world champion. But what's a world champion without a man in front of me? Make me a sandwich. That's what she said. I like it.
I know you probably don't believe me, but I think we have a soul connection. And she goes, yeah, I kind of feel that myself too, you know? And
yeah, okay, so they're soulmates as well. They're tag team partners. Honestly, he could be her ring manager because he's putting a ring on her finger. Wink, wink. But I'll tell you what, he doesn't have that riz, does he? He looks like the Undertaker if they never resurrected him. I really think that he's punching above his weight here. And I don't know who's going to break it to him that he looks like an Amish comedian, but it's not going to work.
it's like she likes a lot of the same things I do, a lot of the same wrestlers that I do. I'm going to be going when they come to Portland in September, though. She's going to be there defending her title, I think.
Okay, so now we have like some updates. Apparently, this guy is going to be, he's sitting in the VIP, going to watch her defend her title in September. He's going to see her, which is nice. I mean, I thought she would probably get her man tickets since she's, one of the headliners and stuff. You'd think that a person who's in the WWE could get some tickets for her to-be husband, but I guess he had to pay. But here's the twist, guys. He's going with his wife because his wife paid for it. Man. What would you do without your actual wife, Roger?
My wife's the one that bought the tickets, which is not, I don't know how this is going to work out, but this can either go good for me or it could end real bad for me.
What would be the good part, Roger? How would it go good? Can you tell me in your mind what you see in a situation where your wife and your potential future wife meet and it's going to go good? Do you think that both of them are going to say, the only way to actually win against Roger is if we tag team him?
Which I have trust issues, and it's really hard to trust somebody that you're talking to online.
You have trust issues. You cheated on your wife multiple times. You have trust issues. That's like a bank robber being afraid of money. What? You have trust? Okay. I would say that's incorrect, actually. Thank you.
I wasn't even looking to find another woman. I was wanting to just be alone. And all of a sudden, bam, it just happened,
I hate when that happens. You're just walking on the street and like, bam, a WWE wrestler just like puts her legs around your neck and now you're like trying to wrestle her, but in that way, I hate it. It happens all the time to me. I get it, Roger. I get it.
I know my wife still cares and loves me, but I guess I fell for somebody else.
This dude can't even say bad things about his wife. He's like, I just want someone who cares and listens. And then he's like, yeah, my wife does that, but my wife's not as hot. That's pretty much what's happening here, right? Because he's pretty much explaining that his wife offers him everything mentally that anyone else could, and it's just a matter of his physical self. And guys do this, right? They get married and then they grow older and then they're like, didn't like you that much. I don't know why you guys do this. I don't know what it is about certain men. I don't get it. You don't have to get married. You don't have to do it right now. But when you do find someone, appreciate them. Jeez, is this such a hard concept to grasp?
Probably always love her too, but it's like, shit, I'm just a loving guy.
It's a funny way to say you're a cheater. I'm just a loving guy. I like that. I'm going to use that. I'm not a cheat. Myself, me, I don't need to use it for that.
That's why I think that this one's the real one too, because she went on there and said that there's a bunch of fake profiles out there that are scamming people and get money from them. And she said, don't give them no money. Don't do this. I would never ask for any money.
She doesn't say that at all. Like, none of that's happening. He's saying that she said that she would never ask for money. She's not saying that. I'm reading it. She's just saying don't send other people money. He also claims that she's never asked for money, but this will later be revealed to be completely untrue. This man is a big fat liar.
If you told me she was real, I would be really happy. I don't know what I would do, what I'd say. I'd just probably get on my motorcycle and ride to Florida and leave everything else behind.
What a shitty human being. Bro, you have kids still. This is the type of dude to like have kids and be like, well, you're on your own now. I didn't even want you. It's kind of like, again, nobody's asking you to have kids. Nobody's asking you to do these things. Why you do them if you don't want to do them? I just feel like people sometimes are like, yeah, other people were doing it, so it seemed like the right thing to do. Think for yourself, please. If you don't want this to happen, don't do it. Those are your responsibilities. So days later, David meets Roger and they finally go face to face, and everyone's a bit hostile because, Roger is a POS.
.com 10 years ago.
I just did, friends and family and stuff, but we still hit each other with real chairs.
Then Bree asks a question about wrestling, and then he answers it, and is like, you know, David is like, done. I'm done. Everyone else is done. For whatever reason, Bree is trying to be really polite, and she keeps asking questions, and then this motherfucker keeps answering them because he thinks that she's like making advances at him or something. And the conversation lingers on for way too long.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I'm sure that leaves a mark.
See, if she just shut the hell up. She didn't have to say that, Bree. Everyone was like, that's how you know the conversation ends, when you say something and people go, that conversation is done. And then she said something, and now he's like, yeah, it did leave a mark. Let me tell you about the marks it left in graphic detail.
Oh, it did. Yeah. I had staples in the front of my head, forehead.
Okay, so he trailed off. I had staples in front of my head, forehead. Cool. This is great grounds to end that conversation and go, okay, anyway, Roger. But Bree doesn't say that. She says this.
Oh my gosh, on your head?
Yeah, I had staples all the way back here, and then I had stitches in the back of my head.
So she asks a question, and now he's pointing out that he basically created his own version of the Halloween mask himself with his own face, because he likes fighting his family in real life, and they like using staplers on anything other than paper. Good. Lovely to know.
Why do people want to do this?
Oh my God, Bree. Why is she acting like the Riddler right now? Are you really interested? Are you trying to be polite? What is this about?
Supposed to be not real, but you know, but shit, I don't know why.
Is it real?
Oh, my Jesus Christ, woman. The staplers are real in his head because he's suffering from some form of brain rot. But no, wrestling is not real. But yes, it requires real acrobatic moves. So kind of, oh my God.
I'll just be candid. I watched your interview. It makes it tough to like you, Roger.
Seriously.
I know.
At this point, David, he says everything that we're thinking. He's like, look, I don't actually like you. You don't seem like a likable person. And Roger replies saying that he doesn't get along with his wife. But we don't talk about the cancer, which is something I really want to figure out. Like, would that not bring you closer together with someone that you really cared about, even if you don't care about them now? Would you not at least have space in your heart to be like, but I do care for her? At no point does he even seem remorseful that his wife is even going through something like this. And it is, I mean, I can only imagine how extremely excruciating that would be.
Your wife had sent that she screenshotted, but it says, prefer to say instead still married, I prefer to say not divorced. Yeah, I think that's what you said.
That's not even Liv. That's a total different person.
So now this dude admits that it wasn't even Liv that he was talking to with this particular text. Completely different person. He's been flirting up a storm. This man barely has a personality, but he is using it. He's spreading it thin across the board to try and message any honeys he can possibly get.
And then somebody's like, are you going to get divorced? And then you're like, well, she's dying now. She get cancer, she had surgery and had some point of removed and it spread. They gave her 6 months to live. And then they said, are you still in love with her and you're waiting for her to die?
And I said, yeah.
Well, it's been fun, guys. I think this is it for me. I found the worst guy. I think I can finally settle down. I don't have to think about it anymore. That was the coldest thing I've ever heard someone say. Good work, bro.
You're telling some person you met online, oh, my wife's gonna be dead in 6 months anyway.
Oh no! Well, she has 6 months to live, but she'll make it past that.
So this guy doesn't care at all. Wow, that's I'm sorry, I can't. Can you imagine marrying someone and then you see them on this show and that's what they say after your life could be it could be coming to an end? Sometimes I really don't like people. This is just really sad, man.
The girl that I was sending money to, it was her husband just got back from truck driving and found her phone, and then because he was on long haul, found her phone, and then he was talking to me, and I said it to him to piss him off.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
There's not a lot of lies that are good anyway, but that was special. He said that to somehow make himself look good. The fact that this girl had a husband who came home and then he told her husband that his wife was dying to piss him off. All right, dude. You know what? You go. You get your live. You get your live, Tyler. You get Liv Morgan. You live a long time, bro. You get whatever you want, bro. You do your thing, okay?
Well, it pissed me off.
This is a total other different person.
So there's somebody else that you were sending money to. I guess I'm getting confused.
You get anybody you want. You know what? You keep going. You go all day long. One day you're gonna find that Liv Morgan of yours. It might take a lot of money and most of your life, but you might do it, bro. You might.
And they were all pretending.
They're all pretending to be the same person.
This is before talking to this Liv that you're talking to now.
Yeah.
This motherfucker. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm overheating over here. He's talked to 15 different Liv Morgans, and he's hoping one of them's the one. This is like the equivalent of playing Pokemon Black or something and going into the same forest, hoping to catch the rare creature. He's like farming Liv Morgans right now.
And either send it or I delete it.
How many Liv Morgan scams have you fallen for?
Probably out of 15, probably only like 6.
You can't say the word only after you say out of 15 scams I've only fallen for 6. You can't do that. That's really Please leave this woman, lady at the start of the video whose name I forgot. Leave this man. This please.
She hasn't asked you for money at all?
Nope.
I mean, what makes you think that this is not a scam? This is a wrestler that's like half your age.
Not half my age. I'm only like 22 years older.
Yeah, but half your age is like 24 years older. So it's almost half your age. Just don't argue semantics when you can barely argue or walk, dude. Come on. You're gonna need a walking stick very soon. Please don't act like she is not that much older than you. If you honestly multiply yourself by 2, you'd be like triple her age, okay? You'd be Triple H.
There's nothing that she's done to prove that she is real? Is that what you're saying?
She has on the WWE website, and then on the X or Twitter, she has an account there.
Yeah, but her account says 2,000 following, and she's got 300 followers. She also joined late last year, December 2023. That's when she joined. Her profile also says at Yali Von Only, Yaliv Only Wants To, I think is what it's trying to say. Okay, bro. It's enough internet, Grandpa. Just because your ding dong gets hard for 10 seconds, it doesn't mean you should throw away your whole life, okay?
So what are you hoping to find out today, Roger?
I don't know. I just want to know if she's real or not, but that's pretty much it. But if it's the real one I was talking to, but if not, shit.
This man has got the greatest speech. He's got 100 speech. What are you looking to find, Robert? I'm just looking to find whatever I find. If I don't find any shit, okay? Great, man. Man, with a speech like that, who could ever deny you? Wow, no wonder you didn't enter the WWE. Because if you did, talking like that on the mic, everyone would get the smackdown. Whew, The Rock would have he'd be running and hiding, hearing things like, how many people want to fight, see me fight The Rock? I'm okay, 1, 2, 3.
How much money have you sent Liv so far?
Total. Well, I don't know if it was her or not, but I mean, it was about $4,000. Well, she would say she was hungry or whatever. I'm like, yeah, you make a lot.
So he said that he didn't send her money, and then they asked him just straight up how much, and then he said $4,000, and she says things like, babe, I'm hungry, can you send money? A professional wrestler who can't video call right now. Some people just want to live in that delusion.
Initially, you said you never sent money, and now you sent $4,000?
I say I never sent money to the one because she never asked me for money. But now she's asked me for money.
This is how you know he's a dick, is that when someone ever tries to hold him accountable, he has an excuse for it. David was like, yeah, you said that you didn't send money. He's like, well, I didn't say I didn't send her money. I just said I didn't send money to Jesus, of course.
And what's the reason why she's not able to pay for her own plane ticket?
Well, she claims that WWE, they have to keep an eye on her or something like that. And
Right, yeah, exactly. Because people in WWE own human beings. That sounds about right. So she can't get a plane ticket. But if you get her a plane ticket, she can sneak out of the WWE ring. This sounds like a plot on WWE.
or if there was a contract, she can't just go traveling. By sending her the money that way, she'd be able to come and see me. And I'm like, no, I know that's not going to happen.
So why'd you send the money anyway?
Which I thought it might.
This guy needs to get body slammed. He literally said he knows that it's not going to happen. And then they were like, so why'd you send it? Only for him to be like, maybe it would though. People like this get married and I'm still single. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on sometimes.
And then, so you'd bought a wedding ring.
Here's one that I had.
An extra wedding ring?
What? The way that he looked when so you bought a wedding ring? I just had it. Wedding ring? Just I was just sitting on one. I just got some wedding rings lying around, you know. I just had it. I was just, in case Liv Morgan ever entered my life, I just got to be ready, you know.
No, not an extra one. It was one I had from the first person I was gonna marry.
You don't have any extra wedding rings, do you?
No.
I just want to understand.
I gotta keep like a whole like wedding ring. I gotta have like a coat, and in it is just a variety of wedding rings for the different Liv Morgans or other wrestlers or other people I meet, because I want to live my life like Roger here. I feel like it's good to live in a van after being married for 31 years. I like my life to go steeply downhill. Like, honestly, I'd like my life to be as downhill as possible so that if I was a rollerblader, I would have a good time. That's how steep my life should go downhill. Thank you.
She wanted me to trust her, but then she wanted me to send her mine and my social security card. She sent me hers and her social security card.
I like how you threw that in. Yeah, this is my driver's license. Now send me yours and social security number and bank account. Yes. Really, I like how she threw that in. You know, this dumb dude probably sent his stupid social security too. I feel like he's probably going to be on a list now. So they point out that the license is fake, and the big tell, of course, is that she's in her wrestling uniform during the picture, which is really funny in theory, that like she was like backstage taking the picture and then she came and beat someone up and then was like, oh, there's my card, nice.
Found the owner of this address, and it is not Liv Morgan. I mean, how often do you see someone show up to the DMV in their wrestling gear?
Yeah, never.
Don't laugh. Your life is literally in shambles, sir. I've never seen that before. It's not funny, dude. Your life is literally like on the rocks right now, dude. Please stop. At this point, Bree explains to him like he's an absolute child why a woman would go so far as to feed your delusion only so that they could break it. This woman cares so much about her husband that she's willing to get VIP tickets to be like, this is the person you love. She doesn't exist in your world. She's getting annoyed. She's having feelings of frustration. She's going through things in her life. And this dude cannot comprehend that. And she has to talk to him like a kid and be like, sometimes, Roger, people do that because they're hurt. It's so stupid. The emotional unintelligence of people at times is like profoundly hurtful to me.
I'm pretty sure she's saying that because she's hurt. What is keeping you in this relationship with Lori?
We still do have fun together, but she said she loves me, but I don't. If she loved me, I wouldn't have been sleeping out in my truck for 6 years.
Well, if you loved her, you wouldn't have cheated on her for however long, or tried to bang Liv Morgan or the 14 other Liv Morgans that existed. I mean, it goes both ways, sir. Really.
I mean, I'm just going to cut the person isn't real that you're talking to.
Okay.
And the match came back as Lagos, Nigeria.
It's not really an episode without the fact that all of these guys come to the realization they've sent dick pics to Nigerian men in Nigeria. This is just, you know, that's the realization, the sobering reality. Liv Morgan is not as sexy when she is a man from Lagos.
Obviously, Liv Morgan, she's a beautiful woman, but the person behind this profile could be a man in Nigeria. That's the person you've been dating for the last X amount of months.
Yeah, you've been dating him. You and him are gonna have ice cream together. Maybe you'll even become a good couple. But if you're not, then you should probably let this one go, bruh.
And sending money to, or not sending money to.
He's got the worst reaction, by the way. Like, everyone else is like, shoo. He's just like, yo. It's the most unenthusiastic reaction.
It's almost like fishing, right? You bait.
Yeah, you just cast that out, yeah.
And so now this person keeps creating profiles because they know that's your type. They know that you're going to fall for it. And so they keep reaching out to you with these profiles.
So then at the end, Bree explains the cycle or the chain that could be happening, where it's one person creating 15 profiles because this man just keeps falling for it. If someone keeps falling for the same trick, of course you're gonna extort money out of them. Like, I mean, I don't even think that's the scammer's fault after, like, you know, the third or fourth time. It's just like free money. I feel like it's just like you're just hustling at this point, creating new profiles just to entertain this dude. I almost want to give the scammer a tip and be like, well, you know, you're working hard for it, bro.
Just move on. If you want to date other people, but Liv Morgan is not looking for Roger, like I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, you didn't think so, did you? That's why you went for 15 different Liv Morgans. It's very good to take the high road now, sir. I feel like the high road is the low road.
I didn't think so.
All these 10 profiles that you've talked to, the 11th profile is not going to be the pro wrestler that you are in love with. It's just not the reality, you know? It's somebody that is successful, attractive,
Let me say it better. She doesn't want a bum. That's pretty much it. She doesn't want a bum-ass motherfucker like you to bring her down. She's the WWE champion. She only takes W's. She doesn't want an L like you. Okay? Okay. At the end of the episode, after they break it down to him, they're like, is there anything that you'd like to say to your wife who has cancer and who has been trying to get you to like see the error in your ways? And this is what he says. Finally, he opens up and says this.
So is there anything you want to say to her?
No.
Psych. He's a dick. That's all I have to say.
Still love her, but you know, it's like I'm not gonna. I mean, I can't live in that mess like that.
Is that your house right there?
No, this is my mom's house.
Oh, it's your mom's house.
The video ends with him saying that he cannot live in the mess that she's created, talking about the physical mess. Apparently the house is physically messed up. And then they ask whose house he's in right now, and he says his mother's, proving that he is a 55-year-old man with no prospects. That, my friends, is Roger, the wrestling person whose only real wrestling matches with his emotions. I feel like if you're 55 or 54 and you still haven't figured it out, you need to take some time to do that. Otherwise, you're doomed while living on this earth. And that is what it looks like for him. That is all I have to say. I just wanted to say this dude sucked. I hope that everyone can forgive me for being a tad bit more spicy, let's say. But I just don't like people like this. Whether you're as a girl or a guy, just treat people better, okay? Forgive people. Make up. You don't have much time in the world. Just don't make people's lives harder. Unless, of course, it's sexually. Sorry, thank you for watching. I hope you take care. It's been a long day. I hope to see you again very soon. I'm probably going to be gone for a little while, but I mean, I'll be here, but like in reality, I'm maybe in Venice. It's for a video on SideQuest Suvi. You should watch that channel. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.